Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Casual Esports Amateur League. The regular season has concluded, but we are not just ready for playoffs just yet. We do have a tiebreaker game in the Shuriman division to bring to you guys. My name is Bonini. This is my casting debut, and I'm here with my partner, Delta Terra.
And it's nice to meet all of you. Implications for this game so much. It is the best of one, so it is going to be very, very interesting to watch. This is a tiebreaker between the Dandelion Knights and Kamikaze Penguins, the Shurima division, and because they went 1-1 on Saturday, um, both teams have to win this game. One of them has to win if they want to make playoff contentions. This is the last place for playoffs. This is the fourth place seeding, and whoever wins this wins it all for playoffs. So
That is. This game is absolutely huge for both teams. Both teams did finish 6-6 in the regular season. They are fighting for that fourth place spot, and Kamikaze Penguins especially had to run the gauntlet to get here. After losing that first game in the series versus TDK on Saturday night, they did have to win that second game in that series, sweep GBM, and then they have to win this one tonight to get a chance to make it to playoffs. They are ready. TDK is ready to shatter their hopes, and it looks to me like this game is about to start.
yeah, it might be good for the Penguins specifically because they did have what seems to be three games. They won 3 games in a row before this one, so
Yes, KP
it might
definitely
be a
has
good.
the momentum here, winning 3 games in a row to get here to put them in this position. And yeah, as pick bans are starting right now, one thing I do want to mention before this even gets started, in their series, both teams did win on blue side. Kamikaze Penguins did win the toss and did decide to take that blue side. So if history repeats itself, we will be seeing Kamikaze Penguins in playoffs. But on the other side, we do have TDK. We're playing in that last series without their top laner. They do have Waffles back today, and they're going to see if he can be the difference maker for them.
Yeah, so it looks like the Urgot is banned, first banned for the Penguins. Um, the the top laner for Dandelion Knights did play Urgot twice. Um,
Yeah, and I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see a Rammus band come out here for the side of TDK. They do love to play AD carries in off lane positions, having AD carry in the mid that they really do quite a bit. Also putting it into the jungle sometimes as well with a Quinn jungle that they run. We can see what KP is going to do in response here. We'll see if the Rammus band comes out, see if KP actually prioritizes enough to first pick it into a match where you can expect to see at least one, possibly even 2 80 carries.
Now we see that the Silas is possibly taken away from Mansford here. Um, that means he is free to take his signature Predator Vega. Let's see if he does take it.
The Predator
Um,
Vagar, and also that Corky mid, another contested pick among both of these teams. Yustario and Mansberg both play a decent amount of Corky, are both good on the Corky, have high win rates in the regular season on that champion. And we do see the Tristana being first picked over by the side of KP, also denying that from Yustario.
yep, that is more of a denying pick than it actually. Well, I'm not sure if Mansford actually plays Tristana, but it is a very good denial for KP.
Yes, and even if that Tristana does go to the bot lane, that is still a pretty safe blind pick into them. We do see the Diana in the game one of the last time these two teams played. Mystic Wav did take that Diana into the jungle, did do very very well in the early game, push his team to help them snowball a lead. We'll see if he can do that again today. And we do have the Jinx locked in. Now, a lot of people are thinking, well, that's their AD carry. We have seen Yustario take Jinx mid not once but twice during the regular season, so they could flex that around if they need to.
Yeah, that Diana is probably going jungle. That does actually allow the Penguins a little bit of breathing room between Diana actually hits level 6. If that Jinx does go mid though, the Rammus is picked, definitely. Well, 2 seconds here. Two,
Yeah,
one. Yeah, the
that
Rammus
really
is
comes
going
as no surprise to anyone here. Always gonna game does play that Rammus. Is very comfortable on that champion. Plus playing into a matchup that you believe is going to have a Jinx mid lane, plus another AD carry in the bot lane. Definitely a very strong pick. You can lock down those carries with that taunt. You can just build armor, build Thornmail. Really cause problems for that team. And also, they could even flex that Rammus to the top lane. Archangel has played that Rammus top twice this season. They played it in week 1 against Urgot in the top lane. And then they could even play it again. They played it again as well, so they could flex that to the top lane as well. And we do see the Blitzcrank, the true hook of League of Legends, coming in today.
Right. The Blitzcrank is definitely going to put a lot of pressure the early levels and even later against the Jinx. But the Morgana is responded. Right? Morgana is the perfect Blitz counter with the Black Shield always ready to protect her ADC.
Yeah,
The ban
the only
to go forward.
yeah,
Expect a Veigar ban for Mansford. If not, he does have Veigar open, but he might or may not play that.
he has that Vigar open. He also has that Corki open. I don't know if he would want to play that into the Jinx. You do see that Vigar ban coming out. Um, and we're gonna see what KP responds with here. Last time in their second rotation, they did target that AD carry. They did take away the Kaisa Jhin in that first game, but they are targeting the top lane here with that Kennen ban, keeping Waffles off of one of his signature champs.
Yeah, they're taking away probably an AP top, so potentially trying to force TDK to play an AD top laner. Would you even make it better for Rammus? Although there is a Diana already chosen for TDK, so it does already have some AP presence.
Yeah, they will be having a lot of AP damage coming out of that Diana, and even that Morgana as it comes to the late game. We do see the Corki ban come out as well, really targeting Mansford in the mid lane. Um, he did play that the Corki in that second game where they are on blue side. Getting rid of it here, taking it away from him, is definitely a strong ban from TDK.
Right, and we're looking for maybe a top ban for KP. Potentially another AP champion like Rumble. So yeah, they're forcing TDK into another AD, so Rammus has even more reasons to build armor. On the
Yeah,
other side, banning out mid laners against KP, Garen is picked as an AD champ.
Yeah, Garen is being hovered here. Waffles also does plays a lot of Aatrox, but no, he does go for that Garen. Does give them a lot of tankiness in that top lane. One thing I would not be surprised to see Mansford here go for that Syndra. He did play Syndra into the Quinn of TDK in the first game of their last series. Didn't do too well. Kind of underestimated that early damage from Quinn, but into a Jinx, something that he's probably going to be more comfortable playing into. Something that's seen a lot more often. I think the Syndra may be a good pick for the mid lane here.
Yeah,
But we'll see here.
possibly be a Syndra.
And there it is.
Definitely Syndra. If it is Jinx mid, Jinx is under a lot of pressure versus the Syndra. Potentially level 6 to
Yeah, this last pick for KP is going to be an interesting one. That Rammus could be going in, and they could be picking a top laner here against that Garen, or they could be flexing that Rammus to the lane and seeing if they could pick a better jungler here. It'll be interesting to see what they go for.
Yeah, this is a do or die comp. And we are looking at a Nasus top lane. Okay, so Nasus is hoping to free farm against his Garen, able to stack up and able to carry towards the late game.
Right, and it looks like we're going to be getting an 80 carry here on the side of TDK, unless they do saving a mid lane pick for last. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Kaisa here. They do play a lot of Kaisa, and it looks like that Jinx is actually going to the bot lane for 80 carry. The Malphite will be going to the mid lane, it looks like.
Yeah, it was Malphite mid versus Syndra. Syndra is now on the other side of the bench. She is now pressured to level 6. I think she should be fine poking him out, but we will see how this laning phase will go out.
That Malphite could also be taken in the jungle. Mystic Wild does play Malphite jungle. That means we're seeing a Diana in the mid lane. They definitely could flex a lot of these picks around here. But one thing for certain, they did bait out the Rammus pick from KP, and then were able to take a decent amount of AP afterwards, kind of making that Rammus not as strong. So as we hop into the actual champion select here, we will be updating on where these champions are going. See if there's any special summoner spells that we see anywhere. I can't really think of anything that may be too crazy, but we will let you go. We'll definitely see.
No, I'm just interested if that Malphite's gonna be taking Predator or like Cute. Maybe a phased Russian Nasus. I doubt it, but there's a chance.
Yeah, I've seen many different things go onto that Nasus. I've seen People take Grasp, especially in a match against Garen. He will probably go Grasp up there. I've seen Unsealed Spellbook. I've seen Klepto even sometimes. But more than likely he'll probably take that. Probably take that Grasp and he'll take that into the top lane for the trades. We do see that Garen going in the top lane. No surprise there. We could have saw Garen mid, but I don't think so. But we do see the Diana jungle, so it is going to be Malphite in the mid lane.
Right. So that would be a very passive early game from TDK. They have to get level 6 on Diana, potentially just snowball with the combo and Diana.
Yes, we are going to see that Malphite mid versus that Syndra. The Diana is in the jungle. Looking back at the champions that are currently played for these teams, we actually have a lot of differentiation from what they did in that first series. A lot of the champs that were prioritized in that first set of games were either banned away or not picked in this one. We are seeing that Diana that's making a reappearance on the side of TDK and the Syndra um on the side of KP, but a lot of these picks are different from what we saw on Saturday night.
Right. So the ADCs are going to get picked here, and it's going to be Jinx on one side, Tristana on the other. So yeah, both of these teams are looking for a very powerful Syndra Malphite Diana. TDK is more reliant than KP is, and KP has an earlier power spike with the Blitzcrank level 1 and 2.
Yes, for sure. We will definitely see when this game does get started if we see any sort of early invade or early pressure from any of these teams. You could just see the normal 5-point line of scrimmage start, but with a Blitzcrank, you never know where he's gonna go, where the hook could be coming from. Definitely, it's up for TDK to get some early wards down. Make sure that they know if this invade is coming, and if they do see it, can get out of harm's way before something happens.
Yeah, so if there's an early kill going in the favor of KP, TDK might lose their mental a little bit, and you can't lose their mental during a best of one tiebreaker.
Yeah, and we do see in the mid lane here, both mid laners taking ignite. That means that especially when the Malphite's going to need to calm down a little bit, play more passive until level 6 does come. He does have Ignite. What I'm guessing that means is that there's going to be a lot of early pressure from that Diana coming into the mid lane, helping that Malphite out, hoping to get him ahead, make sure that Syndra can maybe lose some farm, send her back to her base. But yeah, that Ignite definitely looks like it's going to be some early action in the mid lane.
Right. Unfortunately for Malphite, he is going to get up behind Syndra and potentially will get killed if he doesn't play safe. Probably a Doran shield start. If he's crazy enough, he might go Doran's ring.
Yeah, and again, guys, just reminding you, this is a best of one tiebreaker. We do have this match is for all of the marbles. We have KP, the Kamikaze Penguins, against TDK, the Dandelion Knights, for that 4th seed in the Shuriman division. The top 3 seeds are set. We have Delicious Daddios in number 1, ABCD Esports number 2, the Ravenous Kumquats number 3. Who will be number 4? We have seen the drafts. We're waiting for the game to get started. Chat, let me hear you. Who do you guys think is going to take this game? Who do you guys think is going to be the difference maker here? Is it going to be a certain player? Is it going to be a certain team? What do you guys think is going to happen in this one? I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Right. So even after they win this match, they have to fight Delicious Daddios in the
Yeah.
first game of playoffs. So
Yes, that's definitely a very definitely a tough ask of any team coming out of this, especially Kamikaze Penguins having to first matches even get to playoffs if they can do it, then having to face a team in Delicious Daddios that only dropped 2 matches the entire regular season. One of them being to the 2nd seed ABCD Esports, the other one being to the 3rd seed Ravenous Kumquats. It's definitely going to be a tough road for them to get to the finals, but none of these teams are worried about that right now. These teams are locked into this individual game. They are dialed in. They are ready to go. This game here, leave it all on the line. Show up and win this game for your team.
yeah, this is a do or die for both of these teams. Penguins or the Knights? We have
We
to wait for
definitely see an early game advantage on the side of Kamikaze Penguins, especially with that mid lane. I see everyone in chat. A lot of people saying that Syndra is going to be able to make that Malphite pretty much useless in the early game. This game cannot go late though for the side of Kamikaze Penguins. Letting that Malphite get items, be able to one-shot carries, That's not going to be good for the side of KP. They need to use that early advantage in the mid lane, snowball that Syndra, use that to grab some objectives around the map, and use that to really push their advantage and move it into an early game win, preferably before about 20-25 minutes for them.
But if KP is able to play the split pushing game well enough, Nasus can take turrets, ignoring the Garen mostly. That Rammus will provide a lot of TP and probably a lot of peel for Tristana, but that Malphite is going to be a problem because he gets 2 to 3 items, especially right after his death cap.
Yeah, one thing I'm definitely interested in watching out for as this game progresses, especially in the early game, because of that early game advantage in and the bot lane for um for the side of Kamikaze Penguins. Will that Garen leave lane, roam down to the mid lane, try to make a play, all while letting that Nasus get free farm, free stacks on his Q? Because if that Nasus gets huge, it doesn't matter how big that Malphite gets. If that Nasus can reach the late game with 700, 800, maybe even 1,000 stacks, if he's left alone that much, that's going to be a big dog up there.
All right. And looking at all the runes, they all pretty much what I would expect, except Nasus took. So he's looking
Yeah,
for a lot of dueling against Garen, potentially to do all that true damage with um his Q.
yes, it looks like Garen taking grasp is going to be content for these short trades, going in, getting an auto here, an auto there, getting that silence to go down, and then backing off. Whereas Nasus is looking for these longer engages, these longer fights. Using all of your spells, possibly even getting your cooldowns to come back up for another fight. But yeah, like you said, everything across the board looks pretty consistent here.
Malphite did take Comet, so he's looking actually to poke rather than burst. In the laning phase, at least.
All right.
So we are in game. Let's see if anybody's gonna do an invade. There is a blitzcrank in the game, so one invade against TDK.
Yeah, this is definitely it's gonna be interesting to see where these teams go as this game starts up here. Are we gonna see that early pressure? Are we going to see that early are we gonna see that early pressure by any of these teams, or are they just gonna go for that standard?
It looks like there are gonna be pings scattered in the map.
Right. All right, here we go. And we have what looks to be standard itemization across the board. We do see the Dark Seal by Syndra there in the mid lane. Again, everything looks pretty standard here. Doran's shield's in the top lane, looking to kind of just focus on farming, focus on that late game here.
TDK is looking for a counter and
30 seconds until minions
and
spawn.
yeah, KP is definitely going to invade with the blitzcrank on the blue side. It looks like
Yeah, and it looks like we do have both teams here grouping 5 in a bush. Neither team knowing where the other team is. They don't know if they're right on top of each other. They don't know if they're on opposite sides of the map, which is where they are here. We do see KP moving into that blue buff area, kind of setting up some wards around there, setting up shop. Whereas TDK looks content to just sit in this bush, make sure nothing happens up there, and looks like they're going to head to their lanes now.
yep, definitely everything's going back to normal. It looks like they're trying to steal this blue buff from the Diana.
It looks like the Jinx and Morgana may be caught out here if they're not too careful. If Morgana
Yeah,
doesn't
they
ward
have to
this
be
bush
extra
before they come around the
careful.
corner, this could be.
There is a ward right there to casually just hook over the
And the
Jinx.
hook comes in, the taunt, and the Ignite goes down, and that's first blood to the
That's
side.
first blood for Tristana. Oh,
That is a huge start there. We do see Tristana going Doran's shield in the bot lane. I'm not sure if that's normally what she goes, but with that first blood there, she's definitely gonna, and they get the blue buff too. That's definitely going to be a great start for the side of KP. Did grab that first blood, grab that blue buff, and it looks like the Tristana's gonna go straight to lane, maybe be able to farm up.
yeah, so Dorian's shield is fine against Morgana. She throws up for W.
Yes, for
That's
sure. So
perfectly fine.
yeah, the Nasus and the Garen are gonna be a little late to lane here. The Garen gets there in time, but the Nasus did pick up some early farm in the mid lane, I believe, rotating up to that top
so
lane.
he was able to get a onto the mid lane. And seemingly it is what it is. So Malphite is getting poked up by this immediately, and Diana has to look for that level 6 power spike immediately.
Yeah, the Diana did have to start her red buff. Raptor's now on Krugs. looks like is going to be content with losing that blue buff. Didn't try to invade the side of KP to take that back. So we are going to see, at least in the early game, a lead in CS for the Rammus here, a lead in gold with not only that assist, but also the blue buff that he stole.
Right. Seems like everything.
And actually, I take that back. Diana is now moving into the KP jungle to try to take that blue buff. We'll see if she's able to get that, and as she does end up starting right now. Rammus on the bot side can't really do much to contest, so it looks like they are just going to be able to trade buffs here.
So with this, the jungle basically just stabilized because Rammus got the blue buff and was able to clear his red side jungle. Red side jungle and getting Rammus' blue buff. So there is no difference between a jungle. The only difference is that Triss did get a kill, and she would have an early pickaxe if she goes back.
Yeah, one thing here to look out for in the mid lane, we do have some early... Yeah, Rammus is going for the scuttle here, but we do see in the mid lane something very interesting to watch out for here. It is, we said that it was going to be an aggressive lane. We said it wasn't going to be anything but passive. I don't, oh, but the Rammus coming in for a gank here. Is going to taunt the Malphite.
And... or excuse me, Syndra does get the stun, the taunt does go down, a couple autos, and the aftershock does get the kill for the Rammus. So 2 kills for KP right now.
Yeah, 2 kills in the early game here. They couldn't really ask for a better start here. The Diana a little late on that gank, wasn't able to get there in time. The Malphite did not have his bot side warded, only had his top side warded there, so didn't see the Rammus coming in. But what I was going to say in the mid lane...
Yeah, because bot has priority, I don't think that Diana will be able to grab. Blitzcrank is going up there to just bother her.
Oh, and the hook almost landing there. The Diana with the flash away, probably saving her life.
She had to match that.
Yeah, that was...
does hit the Tristana, a little poke on Tristana, but she just jumps away. Diana is in the middle. I think she's fine if she dodges the next hook that comes at her. Black Shield is going down for safe. I think she gets out. Yeah, so no more kills on that part, but it seems like the crab did go in the favor of... And another? Yeah, so Diana's early game is extremely weak, and this is what Rammus was able to get an early level 2 gank, or level 3 gank, I believe. It was able to kill the Malphite before Diana can even get to the mid lane.
Yeah, one thing I do want to point out here, with all this early kills, all this early pressure going down, and we do see that Conqueror in the top lane really helping the Nasus get the better of that trade there. An early game Nasus winning a trade against a Garen, very, very good for the Nasus. Able to kind of, but the Garen was going to use his passive to heal back up. But looking across the board at these CS numbers, a lot of early aggression in the mid lane, but we do see a CS advantage for the Malphite.
Okay, so it seems like we're behind about 10 seconds, right? Or 5 to 10 seconds right now.
I'm on time, so I'm just gonna keep going here. But like I was saying, we do have an early CS advantage in the mid lane for the Malphite. He did go down, he did die, but he was able to keep that CS advantage up about 14 CS right now. But that CS in the bot lane is going in favor of KP with about a 11 or 12 CS lead, and everything else across the map is pretty even here. So we'll be able to see if they can. Oh, and Mystic Wav goes down to Krugs. That's a very that's very unfortunate.
Let's not comment. No one.
Yeah, and Rammus up here now. I'm going to try to take advantage, but the Garen does spot him out. He's probably got the flash here, and and the Garen's gonna follow him, and down goes the Rammus. Great job.
That was a little bit greedy on the Rammus' side. It was a good idea to Diana's jungle, especially with the execute happening. But
and the Tristana jumping in. That was a very aggressive play, and we have the R by the Malphite in the mid lane, going for the one shot, and down goes Mansberg. That is exactly what we were talking about. Malphite having to play super safe until he hits level 6. Did go down once to that gank at about the 4.5 minute mark, and now the Jinx gets hooked, and we have action across the map here, and the Black Shield is going to save the Jinx life. But that Malphite able to pick up that kill there. It does have an almost double the amount of CS that the Syndra has in the mid lane. This is already the early game lead for KP almost completely wiped out at this point.
Yeah, so they do have a 200 gold lead, which is almost, considering that Malphite has double the CS, and that most of the lanes have been able to CS pretty well, and pretty evenly. The early lead is almost gone. Malphite getting that kill, and he's going for Proto Belt first item. It's very good for him. He's able to quicken his speed to his first item, and on top of that, he gets more one-shot potential.
Quick update on the top lane, that Nasus does have a 10 CS advantage, also has over 100 stacks now at this point. Ideally, as a Nasus player, you'd be averaging about 100 stacks every 5 minutes. If you're doing really well and are able to free farm, maybe 125 every 5 minutes. But again, and Nasus doing a really great job in this top lane, able to kind of force that Garen off. Is going Sheen first item here. Will be interesting to see if he turns it into a Triforce or if he goes for the Iceborne Gauntlet up there.
I honestly prefer a Triforce and a Nasus. You don't get stacks for AoE kills from things like Ravenous Hunt or Ravenous Hydra. Or,
we have a gank in the mid lane, a flash by the Malphite, also a gank in the bot lane. Looks like, oh, the root does hit the max range Q, gets pulled in, rooted again, and looks like it's just gonna be a lot blown for nothing in the bot lane.
Yeah, a lot of flashes being blown here. Blitzcrank had to blow flash, just trying to heal. Ignite is used by the Morgana, and I think Blitzcrank staying in lane. He's half HP and he's starting to heal back a couple potions.
Yeah, and then we have in the mid lane that Malphite having to there, so we're not gonna have to worry about, at least for the next 3 minutes, a flash ult by the Malphite, but does have that ult up now. We can see if he'll try to jump in on that Syndra shot. Did it earlier. Let's see if we can do it again.
I think he's gonna wait for his ignite, which is coming up with 20.
Oh, and the Ram is coming back in here. He is stunned. Oh, R's away, and the Rammus is gonna die here.
His mic goes down, and Rammus does die to turret. Unlucky.
That's great. That's just a great individual play by the Malphite, being able to R away, draw the Rammus under tower, and actually pick up the kill there. And all he expended was his ultimate, which will be up in about a minute. So really great for him. We'll be able to go back here, working towards that Hex Tech. Does grab that Kindle gem. We'll see. He'll be able to finish it on this next back. What I would like to see from these teams, though, in these next couple minutes, we haven't seen any sort of objective pressure from either one of these teams, other than ganks and just being in lane and focusing on CS. Let's see if the junglers try to maybe force something in the bot lane, maybe try to go for that dragon, or even something in the top lane to pick up that herald.
Right, there seems to be a lack of objective control. There is a herald, and they're not the best Drake to take, but it is still a Drake nevertheless. I think the bot lane, they both have hyper carry, so they both want to scale out with the bot. Malphite does have the advantage in mid. He has priority, so there is an opportunity to take the air Drake.
Yeah, that is true. And we do see a flash away by the Jinx here. The Ram is a man. We do have a stopwatch on the side of Morgana. Let's see if she without using it. And we do see again a lot of stuff blown in the bot lane and nothing to show for it from either team.
Yeah, a lot is blown left and right. Jinx had the flash. Tristana just wasted her flash there. The ignite is back for the Blitzcrank, but unfortunately, no kills.
Yeah, and we do have both TPs available in the top lane as a little bit of damage goes down here. That is a big Q from the Nasus. Nasus currently sitting at about 215, 220 stacks at this 11.5 minute mark, doing very well at getting those stacks. Unless this Garen can do something to stop him, this is gonna be a rough late game for the side of TDK. But they do have that Malphite to worry that they have on their team as well. So, you know, you lost a little bit of you're gonna lose a little bit in the late game with that Nasus, but you're going to win it with that Malphite being able to one-shot carries.
Right. So there is potential for the Malphite to basically carry this one. His team will be asking for it because he is very, very, very fast.
Yes, that is true, and we do see the TP into the top lane for that Nasus. The Garen is going to run back the lane. We are going to have a TP advantage on the side of TDK.
Ooh,
see if they
did not see the... That's interesting.
Yeah, we're going to definitely see if they can maybe force a fight in this bot lane. Have the Garen TP in because the Nasus will be able to get there in time.
Yeah,
And we'll
there's
see if and another very early flash from the Diana, getting away from that Blitzcrank there.
yeah,
You know,
that Blitzcrank is bringing so much pressure, especially now since he does have pressure.
yeah, with those Moby boots, he's gonna be roaming all across the map. You know, we do like to say better safe than sorry. I think that the Diana probably could have been okay saving that flash there, but again, you don't want to give another kill over to especially anyone on KP. No useless kills. The Nasus does pop R here. Is gonna try to run down this Garen. We have another fight in the bot lane. I don't think this is all gonna be for nothing here as the side of KP do pick up that kill. Tristana jumps in onto the Jinx. Oh, R down, and the Rammus with the flash, and down goes the bot lane for TDK. A lot of stuff blown there. Really good play from the Rammus there to flash Q in front of the Jinx, so she couldn't get away there. Everything burned from both sides in the bot lane. The real difference there just being the Rammus again being there a little bit before the Diana can react in time. Really good, and we have an R in the mid lane.
The Syndra flashes the wrong way, I think. And I think she's dead now. Just a little bit of a damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looked like Syndra was going for the outplay there, try to knock him under tower, maybe get some tower damage, but in the end, Malphite already to the point where he's a very, very big, I wouldn't even say he's a rock anymore. I think he's a boulder in that mid lane. But we have seen the first 14 minutes of this game. Gold, pretty much even. We do see the TDK going for the dragon here. About a 1k gold difference between the teams, very even. So, chat, you made your predictions at the beginning. Almost stolen by the Blitzcrank.
That would have been a tilt if that happened.
That really would have been. But chat, you made your predictions in the beginning of the game. You saw how this early game has went. Do we have any changes? Who's going to win this game? Which of these teams is going to prevail here? Is it going to be KP with that big Nasus in the top lane and 3 kills onto their AD carry? Or is it going to be TDK with the 3 kills onto that Malphite, about 30 CS up? Which side is going to be able to take this one?
Okay, it has to be KP, right? Because, one, their ADC already has a full complete Infinity Edge. Jinx is still sitting several hundred goals behind Tristana right now. Nasus does have his stacks going for him. The gate.
And
I say that, and TDK gets a kill. So obviously,
that time the Diana shows up. Rammus a little slow to react there. One thing I do want to point out: Nasus did finish a 14-minute Triforce. Okay. As a player who has played a lot of Nasus myself, that is a very fast Triforce. And we're looking at him now, he is up to 325 stacks. This Garen is not doing enough to limit his farming, not doing enough to limit his Q stacks. This Nasus is going to be able to half health the Jinx and the Morgana, and maybe even the Malphite in this mid game if they don't do anything to stop him from farming.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think this Garen pick was able to punish this Nasus. Rammus for the top lane, or bot lane, excuse me. Nasus has been having free farm. There has been no jungle presence in top for the past 15 minutes.
Oh, and the sun goes down, the ignite goes down, and here comes the Rammus. Oh, and Malphite flashes back into the team.
Oh, that's interesting.
Trying to pick up a team here, but
let's create the ult does go down for the Syndra. Kills goes down for KP. So once again, these two teams are very even. They're both 5-5. The goal difference is a little bit less than 1,000. It's about 1,000.
Yeah, we definitely see. I mean, I will say this: both of these mid laners, they are laying it all on the line in the game. They are playing for keeps. Every single one of them. None of them have been content just to walk away. Both of them flashing in individually to try to make a play to help put their team ahead. We said at the beginning that this mid lane matchup was going to be the one to watch with the Syndra versus the Malphite. Malphite getting the better of it right now in the early game, but we'll have to see because we haven't really seen a massive team fight yet. We can see maybe as this Herald is getting closer to expiring, maybe the teams will rotate maybe 3 or 4 members up there, try to pick that up. If not, we have an Ocean Drake coming up in 2 minutes. That could be the next point for these teams to fight over.
Yeah, so it looks like Malphite is going for a little bit per item. Usually Malphite mid take Depth Cap second item, but it seems like he's going for the Zhonya's instead with the Seeker's Arm Guard. Actually, it's a very good item for Malphite. It does for and AP. So I don't not disagree. So I do agree with you.
Yeah, especially seeing that 3-0 on the side of KP's Tristana. Building that extra armor is going to let you not only use your R into the fight, but be able to throw down your entire combo before getting absolutely deleted. So Malphite is going a little bit the safer route here, which I believe is fine. He does have that damage already, and it's just going to scale better and better into the late game.
Right, but looking at this, the Tristana is still very much. I believe they're. No, never mind. So, yeah, this Nasus is still scaling about when he's not punishing.
He's going to be clearing a board here.
No.
I'm not sure if he's going to go for that Rift Tail or not. Nope, looks like he's just going to be content to back off here.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be.
Oh, and we're looking for what could be a dive here in the bottom lane. Malphite and Diana both coming behind here. The R in by the Malphite, and the Trist gets absolutely deleted. But the Blitzcrank takes down the Diana on the backside.
Yeah,
Diana going under tower by herself there. That's
a fight that should have gone very much in the favor of the. Why is Blitz still here? Okay, so Blitz is staying because Syndra has potential to one-shot the Jinx. The Jinx has to heal to save herself in the
TP in by the Nasus. Here, I told you he's gonna be big, doing massive damage with that Q here.
Malphite can't do anything against Nasus. He's going full AP. He doesn't have his ult. He just has the auto will.
At the end of the day, it is a 3-for-2 in the favor of the Kamikaze Penguins. Great job by them to realize that they had the TP advantage there. But the Garen is able to get first tower in the top lane, just absolutely disrespecting that Rammus, running right under tower, not even giving him any mind, and looking like he's going to try to kill him here.
Die here? Does Rammus die? I think Garen has ult.
Oh, Tristana shows up.
Oh no, there's not a
And down goes the top laner for TDK. That Tristana came out of absolutely nowhere. And it looks like they're going to move forward to possibly take this Rift out here. Do not have a lot of time to get this now. Only have about 20 seconds to pick this up. I don't think they're going to have the time to do it, as they are going to back off.
Yeah, they have to back
off.
Oh,
RN by the Malphite. Down goes the Tristana.
Oh no.
I don't think either team's going to be able to grab this Rift out here, but he's going to be laying down some damage. Shelly put it down. Stopwatch by the Malphite, flashes out by both teams.
Diana is gonna jump in with her ult. First is Syndra, I believe. Oh,
and
no, Syndra does get away, fortunately, so.
But Dragon does go over in favor of TDK there. Just action all across the map here. If we were looking for anything but a fiesta here in this tiebreaker game, well, and that's a massive Q by the Nasus.
Oh, Nasus is doing his work.
Nasus
does full combo him. I think Diana just dies from decay.
Nasus is at 450. Nasus is at 453 stacks here.
Garen is not in a good spot, right?
Yeah, this Nasus, I'm telling you, these Qs are going to be doing massive damage. As you can stack here, 450 stacks here at 20 minutes. About 50 stacks over what you would hope to be at if you were having a great game. So he's absolutely massive. But even with all these kills going down, all these objectives, all these towers falling, we're still only in a 500, oh no, it's about 1,000 gold lead now for the side of Kamikaze Penguins. I feel like this is going to really just come down to one team fight. How good is this Malphite going to be able to land an ultimate? Will he hit one member? Will he hit all 5? That's going to be a really, really big fight here when that does happen. But teams right now currently just waiting for the next objective to come up. Baron has spawned a little too early for either one of these teams to go for it. But we definitely have a very, very interesting end to this game.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like because all of the kills, well, 6 out of 8 kills are on the map. Malphite definitely has to be able to carry this game for his team. He has to be able to find that kill on at least 2 out of 3 people, or 2 out of 5 people. Hopefully the Syndra and the Tristana. That Jinx has to be peeled, and she might be the only one able to.
Yeah, if we look at it right now, I mean, win conditions for both teams. I mean, KP, you didn't want this game to go late because of the Malphite. You countered that because of getting those 4 kills onto your Tristana, getting those kills and those stacks onto the Nasus. We'll see if Nasus can 2v1 here. Should go for the Diana first here, get her out of the fight early. Does pop that stopwatch. We'll see if Nasus, I don't think they have the damage. Even with Jinx now coming up here, they should be able to finish him off. But Nasus is able to take one with him, and he's running forward now. Down he goes, the R. Fight in the mid lane, Malphite goes down as well. Fights all across the map.
Yeah.
There is. Yeah.
We're going to shut down this Nasus thanks to the Garen. But it looks like the mid turret might just go in the favor of the Penguin.
Yep.
Yeah, the mid turret.
Four people showed in the top lane, are able to take that mid turret for free after killing that Malphite, and it looks like they are going to keep pushing here. Late backs on the side of TDK as they're looking for kills. They're losing their tier 2 mid tower, and the only person that backed is the Diana, and she was coming from the fountain after
So
death.
it looks like Morgana and Jinx is thinking about top tier 2 turrets. It might be a little too late now that the blue team has the opportunity back.
Yeah,
That
this turret should go down here. They're gonna trade that back.
Yeah,
Did
it will
trade
go
the
down,
mid lane turret for the top lane one.
but they have the bookend now because everybody.
Yeah, we're now sitting at a again, this game's so back and forth, fights all across the map. We do have people finishing items now. That Malphite Zanyas, we actually 3 Zanyas on the
Oh no!
of TDK. We have the Diana, the Morgana, and the Malphite all taking the Zanya's hourglass here.
Yeah, Zanya's is actually really important right now.
And we
You
do
wanna
have
Zanya's.
and when we do have the Tristana a half an item ahead of Jinx here. Did finish that rapid fire cannon. But Jinx just finished Runin, so I take that back. And they are racing to this top lane, trying to get this outer tier top lane tower. This should go down before they have anything to say about it. Those Qs from the Nasus do so much damage.
Jinx currently is sitting at 30 CS. She is able to mitigate a lot just because of the CS level.
It looks like we could see our first fight of the game here. Oh, and nope, they're gonna run away before that Malphite can get there. They were clumped up. Malphite was not in the position to hit a huge ultimate, as all 5 teams are now looking forward to start to try to do this Baron dance. We do see a lot of vision in the pit by the blue team. We do have a ward in there by the red team as well. That is going to be the next objective to fight for. This Cloud Drake also coming up in the bot side. A team can maybe win a fight and take that off the map, but Baron is really the next objective for both of these teams.
Right, so they will need some control wards and vision. Seems like the kills are in favor of the Penguins, but TDK do have the 2 dragons. Not the best dragons, but it is dragons nevertheless.
And we see Nasus just stacking that Q on those Raptors. He's continuing to stack, now at about 600 stacks, 25 minutes. Almost 100 stacks ahead of where you want to be at.
But I think, yeah, they're just gonna play. No one wants to engage right now. One bad engage and the game is pretty much over.
Yeah, we do see. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Syndra has a Banshee here.
Oh, and Banshees was down.
Super Mega Death Rocket, let's go.
Oh, Syndra goes down. Malphite hits Zanya's. Oh, and the Tristana saves them. But no, the Rammus is going. Rammus is now caught out all by himself. Is he going to be able to get out? He gets away as well. And Nasus on the back lines, killing the Garen. Everyone in this fight, but the Q misses. We have action all across the map here. Oh, Nasus. Oh, and there goes the Diana. He just needs to walk up and Q everyone once. He just needs to walk up and hit Q, and everyone on the side of TDK will die. Down goes the Jinx, and Nasus is giving chase here. Does have that Wither coming up. Turn on the Malphite. Don't go for the Morg. And it looks like the Morgana's going to get out. Oh, but there's the Wither on the Malphite.
I think Malphite actually does stop. Yeah, he does.
Yep. Zanyas gives you a little bit of armor, not enough Malphite. You do not get out there. That at the end of the day, that is a 4 for 2 in favor of the Kamikaze Penguins. Able to stretch it a little bit more. Still only about a K&a-half gold lead, but the thing is, it's where is that gold? Almost all of your gold that you picked up, all the extra gold is on the side of the Malphite. Does have those 7 kills. You look on the side of KP. Not only are they picking up this Cloud Drake, but you have a lot of gold on the Nasus. Did finish Spirit Visage, is going to back here and pick up some more items. Has a lot of gold to spend. We do have gold on the Tristana, sitting here at 2 items. Also going to back and pick up some items here. The carries, the ones that needed to get big in the late game, they're reaching that point here before we even see anyone even close to level 18.
Yeah, so unfortunately for TDK, this is going to get hard. Scaling more and more. And Syndra's beginning to get more items. And Tristana pretty fair so.
You see that fight there. That fight.
Jinx is the only potential to kill this Nasus. You have to keep her the Jinx, so Jinx can actually auto attack the Nasus. It will be hard for her because Wither is. That map fight has a look for potential to engage on the back line.
And if you look at that last fight, that was close to a best case scenario for the side of TDK. You caught the Syndra without her Banshee's Veil, were able to get a Malphite ultimate on at least 2 members there. I think the Tristana barely missed getting hit by that Malphite ult, but they still weren't able to win the fight. The Nasus got to the back line. The Garen couldn't even get to the fight, was taken out before he could even get there. Nasus came in for cleanup, and Triss was able to 1v1 that Jinx and come in to finish off the Malphite. This game is very, very focused on these carries here. It was focused on who can get ahead, who can engage. Can the Malphite engage the right fight? Can the Nasus and the Tristana deal that damage before going down? And right now, it looks like KP has the advantage.
Yeah, unfortunately, KP has. Oh no! Oh, would have hit the mouth. That hook would have hit the Malphite if they into the bush instead.
We just a quick update here. Oh, we have a fight going on here. Rammus in the middle of the team does taunt the Diana. Blitzcrank pull does pull her in. Rammus caught in no man's land does go down here. That's a pick for the side. But here comes the Nasus. Nasus hits R. They're going to try to chase here, see if we can get that Wither down. But the Morgana Q does stop him from chasing them out here. They picked up a good pick there. Took out the jungler. Could possibly look for Baron, but too much pressure on the side of KP. The Tristana's still up. The Nasus is still up. They couldn't really push that into anything else other than being able to get some gold onto their AD carry, have them back, reset a little bit, and look for another pick. That's what TDK needs to do. But on the side of KP, another update for you. Nasus now at 723 stacks pre 30 minutes.
I want to see 1,000 stacks. 1,000 stacks. No, 1,000 stack max.
Hey, I'm telling you, before the game, I told you if that Nasus can get the 7 stacks before 30 minutes, he's right at about 750 now. If this game goes another 5, maybe 7 minutes, he should have that 1,000 stacks. It's gonna be almost insta-killing your carries on the side of TDK. I personally, I don't know if TDK has an answer to that Nasus right now. The Garen can't hold him back. The Jinx can't run away.
For a second, I want to ask the Jinx. Essence Reaver is not going to protect you from the Nasus. EA or QSS. But it looks like he is. Malphite goes in for the Blitzcrank out of all people.
Yeah, the Blitzcrank here. Oh, what? The Diana's gonna walk away here, is gonna go down to the Tristana, but the Jinx is excited, jumps in, grabs a double kill, looking for the triple kill here, and down goes the Tristana. This is your chance if you are the red team. You can go to Baron here. You do still have that Nasus to deal with, but you do have, and your jungler is down, you do not have Smite. They're actually gonna err on the side of caution here. They're gonna look to possibly collapse on this mid lane, get this Rammus or the Nasus down. Rammus is gonna roll away here, but then Nasus is on top of the team, flashes in. They need to peel for their AD carry. Q goes down, half health is the Jinx, running her down. Oh, and down goes the Jinx, down goes the Rammus. The Nasus is still queuing. Nasus is now going to turn his attention to the Malphite. Can he get the Wither down? No, he cannot. Oh my. That is a 2-for-1 in favor of the Kamikaze Penguins. That Nasus is absolutely massive.
Yeah, Jinx cannot have wasted money on Essence. Essence Reaver does not give Jinx anything out of chance to. She needs QSS to get rid of that Wither. And taunt. She needs a GA if she wants to survive. She can't be wasting an item slot and what seems to be 3k gold on Essence Reaver.
Yeah,
so,
Essence Reaver, I agree with you there. I don't think Essence Reaver was best buy on the side of the Jinx there. Should have went for a more defensive item. That QSS only costs, I believe, was 800, 900 gold, something like that. 1300, whatever it is. But that's definitely something that's going to keep you alive longer. We do see the blue team now moving towards that dragon. We're going to see if the red team can fight here, but the Diana's so far away, not going to be able to even contest this one. And I don't even think that even if she was there, I don't even think that they could. Again, we need... The Malphite is absolutely huge here. They need to find a fight that works for them. They need to catch someone out. They need to catch out a carry or two. But that's the thing. They did that in that last fight. They got 3 kills for 1 in favor of their team. Only lost the Diana and took out the Syndra, the Tristana, and the Blitzcrank. But that Nasus is still too strong. Yep. They need to find an answer for this Nasus, and they need to do it now.
you have to find a way to keep Jinx very far away from the Nasus, because she is the only one able to get the Nasus. She
Yeah,
does have executioners, though. That's the thing. She does have
She
executioners.
did pick up that Executioners there. That is going to help a little bit with the Nasus, especially with him healing off of the few stacks. But again, has 850 stacks now, approaching that 1,000 stack mark. We are going to keep you updated. We are going to let you know if he can reach that number of 1,000 stacks. But and we do see the Rammus here may get caught out here, and the Blitzcrank pulls the Diana, and the Diana flashes away. Morgana goes down. Down goes the Jinx. That's a big R by the side of Mansford on that Syndra. Does hit the Zhonya's, is going to go down here. Down goes the Morgana. Diana's going to surely follow. Malphite's going to follow as well. That's going to be 4 people down on the side of TDK. Kamikaze Penguins looking for the Baron, and then they're looking to end this game.
So, unfortunately, they were able to snake, but Blitzcrank was able to pull Diana in the fight. Syndra got a double stun on Morgana and Jinx just got obliterated by the Syndra combo. And yeah, Garen wasn't there, so that was a 35, and it looks like the Penguins.
You want to? I mean, I'll just want to talk about this. Garen wasn't there. You know who else wasn't there? The Nasus wasn't there. All that damage, literally quarter shots that turret with the Q is gonna literally take up. There goes 1 Q, 2 Qs, 3 Qs. Down goes the inhib. This Nasus is just gonna walk away here. Has now, with the update, he has to be approaching 900 at just about 900 stacks now. Is 100 away from that 1,000 stacks. That's the thing. Yeah. They can't leave that Nasus alone anywhere.
And I don't think anybody can deal with him. If they want to deal with him, they have to send 5 people for him.
Nasus TP is coming up here. If that Nasus can, if a fight can be somewhere else, TP into the base, it's gonna be such an easy backdoor for the Nasus. An extra 1,000 damage on every Q that you have. All you do, you hit R, and you just Q, and the towers are just gonna fall. With that Demolish as well. This Nasus, built for late game, just finished Thornmail, has a 700 gold shutdown on him. I don't even think they're gonna be able to take him down now.
Yeah. So this is very much Jinx. Can you survive? If Jinx survives, there's a chance they can kill Nasus. If Jinx dies, it's all over.
We do see 4 members of KP rotating towards that top lane, trying to pressure that outer turret there, using those Baron minions, and the Nasus split pushing in the bot lane. No one there to match him. I think this is a terrible, terrible mistake on the side of TDK. Oh, and now we do see the Diana. Everyone's backing now. I don't think anyone can match him in the bot lane, but you can't let him sit down there and just get turrets. That turret is going to fall. All it took was 3 Qs. That turret goes down. Nasus now pushing for the inhib tower. Does hit R. Oh, that's half health on the tower. Malphite goes in. Does absolutely no damage. And this Nasus is now going to almost one-shot the Diana. Does pop Zhonya's. Oh, Malphite gonna pop Zhonya's here. Oh, and they all jump on him and do take him down.
It took 5 people. Like I said, it would take 5 people.
Yes, it took all 5 of them to get them down. But you look on the side of Kamikaze Penguins.
The Penguins had free farm in the top lane. And he somehow grabbed the Jinx.
The Jinx.
How did
she does flash out. Malphite, the Rammus is gonna run in here, see if he can get a taunt. Does taunt the. This could be the final fight of the game here. Syndra, Malphite, a lot of ults were expended on the side of TDK to kill that Nasus, and I don't know if they have the utility here to win this fight. You do still have 4 alive. Nasus does have teleport. We'll be here in 25 seconds. I don't know if they're gonna need it. Right now we have Kamikaze Penguins working on those Nexus towers. First one goes down, second one at half health, second one goes down. There's a Baron Nexus. Kamikaze Penguins, can they end the game? And no, they're actually gonna back away here. Malphite out goes in, down goes the Tristana, GA popped. And we're going to see, can they get the Tristana here? Does have the jump, does get out, it looks like, but the Malphite is giving chase. Down goes the Blitzcrank. Action across the board. Ignite goes down. There goes the Tristana. Nasus is TPing in. I repeat, Nasus is TPing, and he's going for the end here. Can he end the game? Q and Kamikaze Penguins are going to playoffs. D-Kane with the backdoor. Finished the game here with 918 stacks. Nasus got way too big to finish, for them to do anything. And the Kamikaze Penguins are going to be your 4th seed. Congratulations to them running the gauntlet, making it to playoffs. They will face Delicious Daddios in the first round of the playoffs. And wow, I just don't know what to say.
I'm gonna be honest. That Blitzcrank at the very end pulled that Ansem style hook and hooked the Jinx from the back. I don't even know how that happened, but it happened, and that team fight just blew apart once Jinx was hooked.
not gonna. I mean, looking at the damage charts here, we do see just a massive amount of damage coming out of that Nasus. 27,000 damage. 2 champions. Also gonna look here. Total damage to turrets. Nasus did almost 12,000 damage to turrets that game.
Can I
Just
ask the producers to change this to damage on the stream, please?
oh yeah, the damage graph. Go ahead and show that.
Yeah.
But a lot of damage there from the Nasus. Got too big. Didn't reach the 1,000 stacks, but it did not matter.
So
KP,
Malphite actually did more damage than that.
yeah, Malphite
Yes.
did a lot of damage there, but it
Yeah.
just wasn't enough.
Yeah, and Jinx, yeah. Unfortunately, Nasus got too big and he the bot lane basically.
That's the thing about League of Legends. Your number one rule, obviously, don't chase a singed. Your number two rule, I don't know if it's official or not, but I'm making it official. Number two, do not let a Nasus free farm. That's gonna lose you the game. And TDK, unfortunately for them, that's what happened. The Nasus got too big and was able to end that game. TP'd in the last second. Did was able to take that Bear Nexus down. There was no answer from the side of TDK.
Yeah, and
If
unfortunately for
possible,
Dandelion, this is the end of their season. Unfortunately, they don't get to the playoffs.
yep. That's what.
Congratulations to them.
When it comes to games like this, you have one side, absolute elation, so happy to make it to playoffs. On the other side, you do have a very sad feel not making it to playoffs. But there's a lot that both these teams can look at this game, look at what they did well, look at what they didn't do so well, and for Kamikaze Penguins, improve on it for playoffs, and for the side of Dandelion Knights, see what they can improve on for next season. I would like to see if we can get an interview here with that Nasus, if that's possible. If our producers could bring him in here, that would be.
Get an interview. Let's hope.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely like to see an interview here with Archangel on that Nasus. And we'll definitely see how this is gonna happen here. We'll definitely see if we can get one here. We're gonna go ahead and look for that, but Ansem isn't here.
Hey there.
All right,
Hi, how do you feel about your Nasus today?
A lot better than I did in the last match against the Dandelion Knights.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Being able to play on a champion that's maybe a little bit more of a comfort pick to you. I mean, I know you did play in that game one against that Kled. Weren't able to get as big this game, but I want to go into before we do anything else. I just want to get into your mindset on that Nasus pick. You did pick it into the Garen. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
I've always that with Garen, you can navigate his Q silence really. When you press Q on Nasus, you have like 6 to 8 seconds to minion. So you press Q, you get to walk up. Even if Garen runs up and he hits you with the silence, you still have the Q buffered. You still get. And I mean, with I build a lot of lifesteal. I build damage. I go conquer. I don't go. So I get a lot of life. So even if he hits me with a Q, I'm just healing right back up. I walk away, wait for the next stack. It's a bit boring because you just a lot. But it gets the job done.
I mean, you say it's boring, but I think 1,000 stacks on Nasus is not a boring game.
Almost 1,000.
Well, I didn't hit 1,000. I think I got to like 950, and
not hit 1,000. Oh,
918 stacks. But now moving in from going from an individual perspective to more of a team perspective here. Kamikaze Penguins, you had to run the gauntlet after losing game 1 to TDK in your series. Had to win straight. You did it. Well, firstly, for just what's the feeling among you and the team right now?
I believe we're having a bunch of celebration ice cream, specifically just because we started off the game. We were saying the members, our support. She was saying, I have ice cream here, and this is either going to be really or really, really sad ice cream. And we were just thrilled that we could have another chance at playoffs. This is actually my first time playing here in this. A lot of fun to be able to be part of a team and to make a comeback, because I know a lot of people didn't think we could pull off like 4 or 5 victories in a row. We got our team straightened out, and we showed that we're not.
All right, congratulations on the win. How is your mentality going against Dandelion? Delicious Tadios, Delicious Tadios this coming playoff season.
Well, honestly, it can go either way. I mean, we've seen people put up a great fight even if they're in the last place, and we've seen the best fall. Also, we'll see how it goes. Honestly, I can't speak for the team. I'm just excited for any opponent. It's always just worth diving head straight
Now,
into it.
Yeah.
now because you're surrounded by ABC Esports matches, I have to ask you: do you think we'll see you in playoffs or in finals?
I would hope so. I think our team, like I said, this is my first time really playing with this team. I play with Mansaferg and always going to game tons. It's my first time playing Osav, and it's a really, really great experience. So um, I don't know.
One more question, more specifically about your matchup with Delicious Daddy. You are going to be matched up in the top lane against Cheese Blaze. He is a second all-star last. Does play Nasus as well, so we may see a bit of a contested pick there. But playing against someone that is going to be a hard lane opponent. Do you have any sort of preparation that you're going to do? Do you think how do you think that matchup's going to go?
Honestly, I would say that it can go either way. Like I said, if you know how to play, I mean, you can go into a lane and someone can say, Teemo's the best Nasus counter. If you know how to play against it, it's not going to matter. So I feel that it's really just going to become a matter of skill and revolving around the team play. I think that there was a lot of really good gameplay there this past game. Mid was kind of getting shut down by the Malphite, but always going to game really kind of focused on bot lane and let me kind of just farm. I mean, we saw the amount of teamwork that we did to pull through kind of that early game fiesta. I think really just showed how teamwork can kind of overcome even bad matchups or even great matchups. So I think I'm looking forward to the challenge of if he goes Nasus, great. I'd love to see another person play Nasus. Susan doesn't get enough respect as it is.
I agree.
I do have to say that I did watch the casting for our Saturday night game, and I saw how disappointed the casters were that I had the NASA skin, Super Saiyan NASA skin. So, in honor of what they were saying, I went with the April Fool's skin just because of that. I felt I had to show them that, hey, no matter what, which is still great.
Well, regardless of whatever skin you're playing on, that was one big dog that you had today. And in regards to that teamwork, that's exactly what you guys are going to need to build upon and just have a lot of teamwork in order to on to playoffs. Hopefully, knock off the #1 seed in Delicious Daddios. But again, thank you for your time, Archangel. I do again want to congratulate you guys on reaching playoffs. Congratulate you guys on winning this match today, and I wish you guys the best of luck in your match next week.
All right, thanks so much.
All right, so recap, guys. That was our tiebreaker match for the place in the Shuriman division. Kamikaze Penguins do come out on top of the Dandelion Knights. So we will see for playoffs in the Shuriman division. Kamikaze Penguins, the 4th seed, taking on Delicious Daddios, seed #1, and then ABCD Esports taking on the Ravenous Kumquats in the other semifinals match, all playing those best of 3s in order to make it to the finals. Delta, do you have anything to add before we end this?
No, I really hope we see Archangel and his team in finals, and hopefully beat them.
Yes, always looking ahead, but Kamikaze Penguins did a great job of, not focusing on the future, getting the job done today, and that's exactly what they did. They had a job to do, they showed up, they laid it all on the line, and they were able to finish it up. So, from the rest of the staff here at CasualEAL, we wish everyone a great rest of your night, and we will see you guys come playoff time.
That was very good of you.